Freaking.
Hey everybody, welcome to Grounded for Life. Hope you're having a good day. My name's Tim. A lot of you guys have been asking me, why am I doing politics? Well, until I really have something to share with you that I know is validated and real and all this stuff. Now, a lot of stuff I shared in the past, 3, 4, 5 months ago, it's just coming out in the news now. So, I don't know what's hype and what's real right now for myself, and I ain't gonna spread a bunch of false hope to anybody. So switching it up. I'm doing just whatever I can come up with, and something I've gotten a few requests for, believe it or not, is what I'm gonna play tonight. People are curious, I guess, interested, whatever the case may be. And I got about, 4 different requests for something to do with this subject. I don't know if they're just trying to get me strikes or what, but your wish is my command. So, and I happen to know a little bit about it from my past life. I was married 25 years before I was with Dolly. We've been together going on 12 years. And what I'm going to show you was a big part of my life. I ran a club, owned a club for 11 years, was in it over 20. So, I mean, I know a little bit about it, and people come to me and ask me a lot of questions, a lot of new people, a lot of just curious. So I thought, what the hell? I know a little about it. I'll throw it up there. I've gotten strikes for a lot less, so I ain't too worried about it. But let me know what you guys think. I suppose some of you will hate it. I don't doubt it one bit. But then this channel probably ain't for you. When I have any news, any verifiable news, I'll definitely put it up. I'll be the first one to throw it up, tell you what I know. But right now there's a lot of hype, and I can't differentiate what is real, what is fake, what's happening, what's not. I hear a lot. I still staying caught up on it, watching everything. But one new development I think is pretty interesting. I think they're up to 27 or 28 Democrats, lifelong Democrats, that decided to hang it up this year and retire, not rerun. I think that's kind of suspect, guys. So I don't know. I'll keep an eye on stuff for you, but let's go into this. This is off the beaten subject. Ain't got a car in it, ain't got a bike in it. Motorsports, a little something different, a little something off the beaten trail. So if you like it, definitely let me know. I can always pull up more. I can actually even interject and answer questions or whatever you guys need. Like I said, it was a big part of my life for a decade, well, a couple decades actually. So, let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe. I'm going to get into it, guys. Set this up for you. Sorry, it takes a second. I got about 8 buttons I got to hit here. Make it right. I wish it were simpler, but I'm kind of a moron when it comes to this stuff. So, doing what I can. All right. I'll wait for that to go away, and then I'll hit it.
And this week, I have a special guest, Lana Ramos, back again, aka Simply Love, talking about the swinger lifestyle.
I am back.
Yep. So, we have some interesting story time for you guys, and of course, Lana's gonna tell us a little bit about her experience with the swinger lifestyle and what that is all about. Tell us about that, Lana.
I didn't know it existed.
How'd you find out?
So, a friend of mine invited me to a fetish party where they were doing spanking and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me go. My friend DJ'd. So I went and I met the person that threw swinger parties.
Okay.
And I met people in that lifestyle.
So they just invited you to a party and you're just like, oh, okay, let me go.
Let me go. It was a job interview.
A job interview for the bartending thing?
Yeah, so when I went, it was within that month. I guess the bartender that was there was leaving and I took her spot. I remember the first night that I was there.
What happened?
I saw someone getting fisted for the first
Oh, no way.
And the
Wait, but how do you see that? Like, so you're the bartender, right? Like, and you're like in your corner right there with handing out
I
drinks.
was curious why there was a crowd that was circled around a bed.
Oh, so there's like beds and stuff there?
There's beds, there's rooms. It was a 3-floor thing.
3 floors of like
Different fun.
different
pleasures.
fetishes and like,
The
so,
first floor was Red Room of Pain.
wow.
Not pain, but I called it Red Room of Pain because 15.
I'm gonna interrupt here, guys. Sorry. The 3 floors they're talking about be like a hotel takeover. It's pretty common around here, even Wisconsin. They have them all winter long. They're a lot of fun. I mean, but you walk through and it's pretty interesting. I mean, it's kind of like they got workshops and all kinds of stuff. Anything you're wondering about, like I've attended, not that I'm into it, but I went and watched S&M workshop, bondage workshop, different things like that. I didn't get into it. I'm not into pain at all. Beat me with a feather maybe, and that's about it. But yeah, so the multi-level thing, that's like what they call a hotel takeover. I actually ran quite a few of them for 11 years. So yeah, and basically it accommodates, you know, everything, any kind of fetish you're into or whatever, it pretty much covers it. And one thing about the lifestylers, they're pretty open-minded. They're not closed-minded people. They accept pretty much anything. I mean, you know, depending on the party scene, bi women are always welcome. I would say, I could be off on my numbers, but I would say from my experience, probably 95% of the women in the lifestyle are either bi or bi-curious. They enjoy playing with the girls much the guys, some more so than the guys, because you ain't got all the jealousy and hang-ups, which is pretty minute, really. With the jealousy thing, you'd think it'd be a bigger thing, but it's not. Most of these couples that I've met have been together 20 plus years, usually 15, 20 years minimum. And they're just looking to spice something up in their own bedroom, you know, and this is a great way to do it. And no, not everybody goes into a situation like this and just starts swapping out and stuff like that. That's kind of a, I don't know what you call it. Like, there's a word for it. I just can't think of it right now. It's kind of a misinformation thing. You know, when they say lifestyle, it's pretty much figure that as a pie. And then you can figure, you know, the full swap is probably a quarter of the pie. Soft swap, probably eighth of the pie, you know. And then you have your fetishes like exhibitionism, voyeurism, just dressing sexy. You know, there's just tons. There's more than enough. It's hard to list. Bi experiences for girls and guys. I mean, I've been to clubs where shit, there ain't no holds barred. You can do whatever the hell you want. But it's hard for a single guy to get in. Usually need a partner. Most clubs don't allow that because, well, they tend to act like assholes. Single women are always welcome. They call them unicorns. They call them unicorns because they're hard to find. There ain't a lot of singles in the lifestyle. But anyway, if you hear somebody talking about a unicorn in here, which I haven't listened to all this, just a little bit of it, that's what we're talking about. And if they mention vanilla people are the people that have never been into it. They're the people in life that you go to work with, you know, married, wouldn't think of it, wouldn't dream of it. They're vanillas. And usually when somebody comes into the club for the first time, they're vanillas. How long remains to be seen. Some are only vanilla for about 8 minutes and then they're into something. So, but anyway, just a couple of terms you may hear and here. I thought I'd just clarify. So here we go.
And then there was a dark room for people that are shy. This is the whole spiel.
Have a what?
The shy people.
All the shy
It would be
people.
dark. So this is the spiel I would say to the guys that didn't know what was going on. There was the first time. So I'm like, hi, I'm Audrey Love. Can I get you anything to drink? And
They're gonna be like, what?
yeah.
Huh?
And they would be like, oh, so how does this work? I would be like, oh, well, everything is consent based. You ask before you touch or do. You clean up after yourselves, after you do whatever you do.
Hey,
So
okay.
the first floor, there's a couple's room only. Then there is the office. Then there is the red room where you can view.
What's the red room?
Which is anybody can have sex in there. And then there's the dark room for people who are shy. And then there's this floor, which is the second floor, and I'm bartending.
I'm going to pause it again. I'll probably be interrupting a little bit in here, but she's very right when she says it's consent based. When I started out back in the 80s, it wasn't. You went to parties and you were expected to perform. First time, doesn't matter, brand new, never heard of it, just want to check it out. 8 o'clock at night, lights went out, doors were locked, everybody was naked, and the first people you had to swing with was people throwing a party. That's swingers etiquette. Well, it's no longer that way, and that was a lot of reason why I started my club. I didn't think that was right. It was in a forceful situation. I wasn't comfortable with it, didn't like it. So my dad always told me, you don't like something, do something about it. Well, I did. I started a club, and I stayed here. There was a time my club was probably the second biggest in the state. I was entertaining probably on a regular 100 couples, on a big night, 200, 250, you know, or 100 people, excuse me, not 100 couples, roughly 50 couples, and then roughly 250 people at a real large gathering for me. But yeah, 100 couples, holy shit, that'd be a pile, huh? But anyway, yeah, and that's what we're looking at. She's describing it very well. There'll be different when you go into a hotel situation. The red room is usually free for all room, or better known as the orgy room. You can go in there, do whatever. They have private, semi-private rooms usually for those that are a little bashful, whatever. They're not always dark, but they're private where nobody's going to just come walking in on you or whatever. As some people's fetishes, some people want to watch, some people want to be watched. So the red room is a great place for them. Yeah, I'll let them get back into it, but I just want to interject. She's very right about that. It's 100% consensual now. It didn't used to be, but it is now. And I like to think I had a little bit to do with that. Not everything, but a lot, in this area, a little. Because when I started, it wasn't like that. So here you go, guys.
And then there's a group thing going on over there in that room. And then the third floor is the fetish floor, so BDSM, fire play, and
Whoa, hold on.
all these other things.
There's so many new terms I'm learning right now. What is a fire play?
Fire play. So you lay on your stomach, and they put like some type of rubbing alcohol, and they light you on fire.
What? That's actually a thing? Like people get like aroused by that? Like
I never did it. The most I did was get flogged, which was the bend over and get flogged.
Oh, wait. What's flog? Like with a stick or something, or like?
No, it's the thing. It's
like strings, right? Like those strings.
And
Oh, deep.
you could have a safe word in case it does hurt. I liked it soft.
It doesn't hurt?
Because I'm a sensual girl.
Okay. What was your safe word?
Unicorn.
Okay. Why'd you?
I never did that kind of stuff, but my safe word been about, ouch, God damn it, get away from me. It would have been a long word, but I would have got it out. But yeah, she's right about that. The way she described it, usually a third floor is always fetish floor. I'd take it, not a tour, but me and some buddies went walking around. I got one guy that, I hang with a lot. He's a really good friend of mine. And our thing is, we'll just cruise and look at everything, check things out, what the fuck's going on, and run the club. I do a lot of that anyway, because you have to kind of be on top of things, make sure everything's going cool, make sure they're, ain't people running nude. It's weird. You got adults that are at parties But as soon as they come to one of these parties, they start acting like they're like, I don't know, 13, 14 again. And they're running through the halls naked and all this shit. Well, you got to kind of keep that down, or else you're going to have, unless you booked a whole hotel, which I've had partial hotel parties, like taking out a floor, and you got just regular vanillas everywhere else. Hell, one time they put a church group next to us, kids. And I'm like, you got to be shitting me. You know what kind of party I'm throwing? I do it every month. Yeah, well, we know you'll be okay. Well, turns out all the reports they got, I let all my people know. It's like, hey, we got kids over here, church group, stay mellow or else, we'll be done. And they were very, very respectful, very cool. And apparently all the complaints came from, people complaining about church kids running up and down the halls and all this and that. But everybody was cool. They kept it into rooms, didn't walk around the hallways, thank God. But yeah, normally I don't tell, stuff. It's like Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays there. It's kind of surprised me. Now this one ain't so bad, but a few of these I've listened to, they're kind of telling stories out of school. And in the clubs I'm in, people would confront them about that. Now they're not naming names, which is a plus. But yeah, the whole lifestyle thing, at least it has been pretty underground. I mean, it's like you don't know what happens until you get there. That's why a lot of people don't know what it even is. I mean, my wife Dolly now, she didn't even know what the hell it was. Never heard of it. She's, heard movies and stuff like that or stories, but didn't know that it really existed or anything like that. And I was upfront with her. I told her what I did and what I was running, because when I met her, I was still running the club. And I said, don't worry, I won't participate or nothing. It's just, I still got the club to run until I shut it down. And so she got to see stuff. We didn't participate. I was just a club owner running the club. So, but yeah, it's a real eye opener for some people, and some people are like, holy crap, this is great. I've had people ask me, when new people come, how's it work, blah, 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 whatever, just questions new people have. And I said, well, it's kind of like this. Ever go to a swimming pool and, you're in the little kids pool or whatever, and you see some kids just dive right in to the deep section of the little kids pool? Yeah. And I said, and some people take forever to kind of wade in slowly. Yeah, well, I said, that's how it is. Some people dive right into it. Some people take their time, get used to the water type thing. And you're going to have that in every club, everywhere. I mean, that's just how it is. And we try to accommodate for both types, Usually the ones jumping right in. And once you come to a club and you've frequented it a couple of times, you're going to make friends, and your friends will see you again. So every time you go, it'll be easier. Maybe you talk to these friends in between time of seeing them, so they're going. You can plan on doing, hanging out or whatever. And every time gets easier and easier. And soon you got a group of friends that are a lot like a family. I mean, not in that sense, nothing weird there, but they're just such close friends. You can talk to them about literally anything that you can't even talk to your family about. So in some ways they're better than family. But yeah, there'll be some long relationships formed that you will have the rest of your life in the lifestyle, because you're like-minded people. You're not judging. You're just all there for the same reason, to have a good time, meet new people, work on some of your fetishes, whatever it may be, So anyway, I'm going to get on with this, or we'll never get it done. I tried to pick a short one so I could speak a little, but this will still be a half hour.
Moan when you said that.
Unicorn.
She moaned and she's like, unicorn.
So being in there, like, I've seen some crazy things. Obviously there was more guys than girls in there.
Were there like a lot of like ugly guys there?
A lot of ugly guys. I don't know how they got laid, but they still managed to get laid.
Were there a lot of ugly girls? Well,
They didn't filter who came in and who came out.
that means
No.
yes.
I saw some pretty girls and I saw some girls that
Now, like, were they like
Sorry to interrupt again, guys, but just talking about the different bodies, different types, different this and that they are now. In my club and most of the clubs I've attended, well, all the clubs I've attended, they're just real people, guys. They come in all shapes and all sizes, but they're great people all around. It doesn't matter. And you know what? Not every one person likes the same kind of body type. Everybody's got a preference. Um, all because you might like a girl that's 90 pounds, somebody else might not. So I welcome that. All people, all sizes, all welcome. Um, come and join the fun. So but you do get that. You get a vast, you know, bunch of people. And uh I know a lot of ladies that have come to parties have talked to my ex-wife and I and stuff, and it's like, oh, I feel really weird about coming here. I'm 50 pounds or 100 pounds heavier than I should be, or 20 pounds or 5 pounds or whatever. I've heard it all. And what should I do? How do I make myself feel better? How do I get confidence enough to do something like this? And I'm sure at least two of you out there listening to me are thinking that right now. I don't think I could ever do that because I don't look, good to me. Well, guess what? I don't look good to me either. I'm not 25 anymore. But you're just real. You come as you are. You are who you are. You look the way you look. And you know what? I've seen some of the bigger girls and the bigger guys have more fun than the Barbie dolls because they're all look at me, and you know what? The real people are out there just having a good time. They don't give a fuck. If you don't like what you see, don't look. And that's kind of how they look at it, and they have a blast. And you know what? They're the funnest people to be around because they have no hang-ups and they know all about them. It's I don't know. Anybody, thinking about wanting to get into something like this or wanting to test it, hey, life's too short not to try something, right? And you know what? You can try it and you may not like it. Well, that's fine. But more times than not, I'm not saying dive right in to the deep end. I'm just saying go check it out. Get your feet wet. Just see what's out there before you judge it. That's all. You might make some lifelong friends. Let's get back into it.
all types of people? Like, were they like really big or skinny or
I
like?
would say it was a mixture of
Okay.
everything. Skinny, fat, tall, short, limping. I don't know.
Limping?
There was a guy that came, he had crutches. There was another guy that
Are
came,
you
and he smelled
serious?
so musty.
No, they gotta have some rules for that. Like, you gotta take a shower at least before
They
you
have showers.
They have showers.
I had towels that I could give to people.
Damn, okay.
And
What's on average like the ticket price? Like, if someone wanted to go,
it
I'm
would be
just saying.
before 10 o'clock.
Okay, before 10 p.m.
Before 10 p.m., it would be like $100-something
Okay,
for a single guy.
okay.
Or for couples, if you had a membership, it would be like $60.
Before 10 p.m.
And
After
girls
10
were
p.m.
free until 10.
Okay,
And
and
then
after
after that,
10?
they had to pay like $20 or $40.
Girls.
Single girls, yeah.
What about single guys?
150.
150? Oh, so they up it. Okay.
Now, I'm going to stop it again. In my club, I charge $50 straight across the board, couples. And I didn't think it was right to let single girls in free. Number one, there ain't that many. That's why they call them unicorns. You're lucky I could have a 200-person party and have two singles. So it's like, they're not like stampeding the door in, but you do get them. And I charge them half what I did a couple. And I had a couple single guys that, were really cool that I knew long before I ever started the club. They're great guys. And I allowed them in, but I made them part of my crew. Basically, they helped me tend to the party, bartend like this lady was doing, whatever the case, whatever I needed. They're my gophers. And so the couples didn't have a problem with it because they're with, my club. They're part of the, you know, the workers or whatever. So they were okay with that. And then if they met somebody or a couple that they wanted to play with later tonight when their duties were done, they could, but that's how I did it. But yeah, it was 50 across the board. And then the guys that worked for me, they came in for nothing. And then the girls were 25.
Not
I
bad.
made
I mean,
my
it's
tips,
affordable. You
I
can
got
definitely-
paid off of tips mostly. I remember the first night I was there, I made $200 on tips.
On
Plus what I got
tips?
paid, which was like $100.
Damn.
And
crazy.
yeah, then after that I started getting a lot of tips, and there was a lot of regulars that I knew by name or by face at least, and I knew already automatically what their drink was.
Were there any like?
This girl do very, very well on tips. I mean, just look at her. She walked in, she's banging hot. She can talk. She can converse with people. She has a good, I don't know, good personality, I'd say. And yeah, I mean, I know bartenders that made $1,000 a night in tips, and they weren't all girls. Had a couple of buddies of mine that, they were strip dancers and stuff, and they'd put on their oil up and put on their goodies, and yeah, they were pulling in $500-600 a night in tips, and they did very well. So anyway, back at it.
Like old guys, like
Yeah, plenty, of course.
like how old is the oldest one you've seen? Like was he on a wheelchair?
I
Like
think the oldest I saw was 70. Something.
70? Okay, 70's pretty old.
At one of the Sunday parties, which was a group thing for
Okay.
people, groups,
Mm-hmm.
groups.
Orgies, basically.
Yeah, or I can't say the term because
Why?
I don't want it to get our video taken down.
Oh really? It's that bad?
Yeah, I'll tell him in his ear.
Oh. Okay, I'll explain what she just told me. A lot of people and like one person, right?
One person,
When you
a lot of men, and one person.
I think he's trying to say gangbang. I don't know why that would be a problem, but yeah. Anyway, they're talking about a gangbang scenario where it's one lady and it could be a lot of guys. I mean, I think the record is like, God, what was it, 500 and some, one girl. But that wasn't at a swing club. That was porn they did.
one girl.
One girl.
Okay, you guys get the idea. This is not safe for kids. This video. Did they try to hit on you? Like the people
Everybody
there?
tried to hit on me.
Like I know
They
guys.
thought, oh, do you come out and play? No, I don't.
When the people say that to you, like, do you come out and play? That means like, do you go and like do your swinger stuff or whatever? Or?
Yeah, but I just didn't do it. I'm just so picky when it comes to men. I'm not gonna let some
Okay.
weirdo guy that I just seen, doing something with someone else.
Gotcha.
But I would give out my social media because I have a lot of love to give.
Simply love, and it's simple.
Very simple.
How long were you in that swinger lifestyle?
Yeah.
A year. Okay. And that year, like, how, like, what would you say was like the best experience in that year?
I would say talking to the couples and asking them questions about their open relationships and their open marriages.
That's what you got, the best experience?
I feel like that's the best experience because I actually learned, in case I decide to get in a relationship, if I want to pursue that with a partner.
See, guys, sounds to me like she was pretty much a worker, a bartender. She's seen a lot, but she didn't do, I don't think, much of anything the way it looks to me. That's me judging her. I haven't seen this part of the video, but I think she was just eyes on. She's probably a bit of a voyeur, likes watching. I am. I mean, that's my thing. I like watching, seeing stuff. It's cool. I don't have to be right in the middle. Like, here I am. I'm all right just scoping things out. But it seems to me like she did a lot of watching, very little, if any, participating. like she said, if she ever gets in a relationship, maybe she'd pursue that or not because she's seen what it's like. But I don't think she ever got into the pool. You know what I mean? Never got her feet wet. So anyway, here we go.
And
Oh, cause
that's
okay,
an
okay,
option.
okay. So like you're saying that you got that knowledge from the swingers lifestyle on open marriages and like your husband and yourself, like including someone else into the relationship.
Or just having open stuff like, just going to swinger parties with someone that
Okay.
I'm dating, or like in a serious relationship
Okay.
with, or in a marriage with.
So what did you like out of that experience? What did you find out that was for you or not? That's not for you.
I think the last party I went to, it kind of woke me up a little bit. I was like, maybe I just needed a break from it, but I was like, what am I doing here? I didn't want to have sex with anyone or do anything with anyone. And I was like, what am I doing here? This is not really like me, I'm more of a dating type of girl, dating a guy, going on a couple dates, then getting busy, not getting busy and people watching me, like I don't regret any experience. I got to experience different things,
Okay.
which I don't think I can say on YouTube.
Okay. No, I don't think you can.
But it really,
You can whisper it in my ear again though. What you experienced. Okay. Yeah, we can't say this on
you
YouTube.
can't say that. Just can't say that.
Nope.
So it opened my mind up, sexually.
Okay, so sexually you feel liberated now. Like like
I know what I like and I know what I don't
what
like.
you don't like.
Yeah.
A swinger lifestyle is not something that you like or whatever pursue like in a marriage or like a
If I
relationship.
dated someone
Okay.
and they really wanted to pursue that with me,
Is that like a
I
red flag
could
now?
be open to
okay, you could be
it,
open.
possibly. But we just have to establish trust.
So I think it's interesting that her like biggest
I'm going to stop this guy here for a second. That's why I was kind of saying earlier, guys. Everybody's at a different level. Some people aren't comfortable swapping. They got soft swap, which is basically oral, no penetration, none of that. Full swap is where you full swap, and like I say, there are different variants. Everybody, every couple. My first wife, Jesus, I mean, anything went. It was fine. My wife now, she would go. She would be cordial. She would have drinks, talk to people, meet people, make friends, stuff like that. But she wasn't in none of the full swap. Not really in a soft swap. More just working the club with me. So, but that was our agreement. That was fine. I wasn't going to push anybody into nothing. I don't push my people that came in my club. I sure as hell ain't going to push my wife, But so that's where we were at. But I've seen a lot of people that just come and they came first time and they were comfortable, finding their groove. Or I've seen a lot of couples actually, and people might think I'm nuts, but they'll pay $50 just come in and play with each other as a couple and not switch up with nobody. And they're totally turned on by it because it's something that sparked their relationship again. Maybe they've been together for quite a while, or maybe just got together and weren't comfortable, doing other people they don't know, which I totally understand. I'm not one to do somebody I don't know and know very well. And, or I wasn't. And, some people, that's their group. They're comfortable doing that. There's no ripples in the marriage. Everything's fun. They're turned on people, friends they meet or whatever, might be in the same room doing it, but they don't swap. You've got a room full of bodies. That can be very, very hot. So, like I was saying, there's different variants all the way through. And you go to one, you can pretty much find your groove, whatever your, agreement is between you and your spouse. You don't have to feel out of place. Not everybody just dives in, neck deep or swims in deep into the pool or whatever. Some people like lounging around on the side of the pool. It's just like, hey, this is my groove. So, don't be afraid of that. People out there thinking about, getting their feet wet. Don't be worried about that. There's always a place for you. You don't have to feel left out, weird, or nothing else if that's your thing. And everybody else will understand it. So just thought I'd say that.
Like, experience that she got out of the swinger lifestyle was like learning if this is what she wanted or not, like if she wanted this or not for herself later on in the future. Meanwhile, the first thing that popped into my head was like, if I was in a swinger lifestyle, the biggest experience for me would have been like having like a foursome or like a tensome or something like that. Like, that would have been interesting to me. What's the worst experience you've had in the swinger lifestyle?
I would say a guy constantly trying to be around me. And I told him I'm not interested.
Like a stalker?
He kept lingering around.
Like a stalker.
And around while I played with different people. He just kept lingering.
They call them swarmers. They just swarm around you. They're not liked anywhere. So those people out there that swarm, and it ain't just guys, it's primarily guys, but those people that swarm, it's not cool. Kind of be invited in or, take a hint, right?
Lingering around.
Oh, okay.
Like, just to watch, and I got like creeped out. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Like, let's say I'm on the bed with a guy and we're doing something, I'll sit on the bed. Just to be close. I'm like, so imagine, you're doing something and you just look to your left or right and you're just like, what's up? What's up?
That's so weird. There's people like that.
It's annoying.
There's people like that?
Yeah, it's just so annoying. It's like they never seen
Yo, that's
all boy
crazy.
and a girl together.
Wow. Wait, and so when you're like in that lifestyle, right? Like, and you're doing something with someone else, right? Other people can just walk around and just like sit there and just look at you guys. Damn, that's crazy. That's bad creepy.
If they want to
they'll participate.
But they have to ask.
They have to ask.
Just jump in.
So
Or
did
if
he
they
ever
want-
ask you?
He did. I was like, no, it's not.
How did he ask you?
Can I play too?
He just said that?
No, I what? What do you mean? Oh, can I touch you? No, you cannot. It's like, I don't want you to.
That's so crazy.
I feel like if you touch me, I'm gonna have to sanitize my whole body, and I still think that won't be enough. Whatever.
What's like one like really like prominent character you've seen in these type of parties?
There was a guy that after I guess we had experienced each other,
Okay.
he didn't want to talk to me anymore or even say hi. He started acting weird.
Really? Like, why?
Just weird. I don't know. I guess he do that with all the girls.
But like, did you like him or something? Or?
No, I enjoyed myself. Yeah, it's fun. But like, at least say hi. I'm like, hey. But don't be like
okay.
this. Like, look at me like I'm some type of alien or something.
Well, don't look at me like I'm frickin' Frankenstein. Give your father a hug.
Like,
Oh, I see.
it's like, I know you enjoyed yourself too. Like, we exchanged social media and stuff. Like,
That's key. If you exchange social media, you know you enjoy it.
Pointblank.com,
Right? What is polyamory? Because I know you told me something a little bit about that, but
So
can you explain that?
polyamory, well, from my knowledge, which I could be wrong, but you could Google it.
We can Google it.
So it could be like a three-way relationship or more. Or I think, I always get confused with that and polygamy. Like, let's say I date Frank here. He has a girlfriend too. And then I have a boyfriend too, but he's my main boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
I guess
Wait,
that,
so that means...
Or it could be also, there's a girl, she's our girlfriend.
Wait, so how does that work? So she's our girlfriend, like I can sleep with her, you can sleep with her too, like...
Yes, and we spend quality time together.
That's crazy. I can't wrap my head around that. Like, how would that work? Like...
I know a few couples like that. with this that had their own girl on the side or guy on the side or guy and girl on the side. And I know some that they all live together and they're just happy as shit. No, that wouldn't fly with anybody I was with, but let's see what else. Let's say something else. I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, I remember. In my club, no, I'm not talking out of school, no names, no nothing, just hypothetical people here. I wouldn't rat on anybody, but in my club, there were two couples that were pretty much, I would say, primary couples, or there's a word for it, and I can't think of it right off the top of my head right now. Exclusive couples. Okay, exclusive means they pretty much only played with that are a couple. They didn't like go around and do much with anybody else. And both couples were married. Both couples, their marriage went on the rocks about the same time. And they kind of just swapped wives or husbands, however you want to look at it. And those two couples are now together. Yeah. So they swapped out and they're together and they still hang out all the time and everything. It's, to me, I'm like, holy shit, that's kind of weird. But, you know, it works for them. Like I said, there's, you know, there's just something for everybody, man. I'm serious. It's just this world, you know, our differences or our weirdness or whatever differences, whatever you want to call it, is what makes the world go around, I guess. So we're almost done with this, guys. I've got about another minute or so, a minute and a half left here.
All right, so aside from polyamory, like, you know, what is some advice that you might give to someone that might be interested in the swinger lifestyle, that they may, and things that they might not know about getting involved in that?
I would say, you know, these parties aren't easy to come by.
What do you mean?
It's not like they're broadcasted everywhere.
Also, they're like
you have to
secretive.
know someone to get into these things. I would say if you're doing it by yourself, go experience life. Do all the things you want to do, you know, when it comes to sexually, and you know, fill those desires. See if it's for you. If it's for you, then you stay in that lifestyle. If it's not for you, at least you tried it and you got it over with. If you're going with you know, like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, significant other, whatever you're into, go there with an open mind and make sure you have established trust in your relationship or marriage, because jealousy can happen.
Definitely, if you're gonna get involved with that, just be sure that you are very sure that this is something that you want to step into, because it might spiral out of control. You know, you might get into a whole different thing that you might never even know. So be careful, do your research, and like always, we're gonna be giving you some more story time videos sometime in the future. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a like, you know, comment and subscribe. Leave your comments about any other, you know, things that you might know about the swinger lifestyle, or any other questions you might have for Lana, or just, you know, DM her, go follow her on Instagram, and, you know, show her some love. Simply Love, thank you so much for joining us here, and yeah, peace out.
All right, guys, there you go. My puppy's whining. I have to take my puppy out to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to cut this off real short. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, and catch you later, guys. Have a good one.